Yo, what's poppin', man? What's cracking? Back at it, man. On my way home from a long day. And I just want to talk to y'all about how the feminist movement is costing women, or it's diluting a woman's worth. It's ruining a woman's worth. When I say woman's worth, I mean what a woman, the value of what a woman could be in a man's life. Now, some females might not give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck about the value that I have for a man's life. It's all about me. And that's fine. That's how you are, fine. Maybe this video ain't for you. But I'm talking about women who want to be women to men, and they want to be valuable to men and shit like that. This is for you. See, there's a big delusion going on that women do not have to do anything to be to get a man, to keep a man, and all this other shit. And it's completely false. I mean, unless you want a man that doesn't know his worth, the thing is this. Yes, most of us men want to change a woman's life. Like, we're hardwired, the right men anyway, we're hardwired to want to change a woman's life, basically. Like, at least add to the woman's life. Add a lot to the woman's life. But the problem is this. The feminist movement is telling y'all, since most men are wired this way, that you don't have to do anything in return. Nah. All you gotta do is just look good and have a vagina. And since men are hardwired, most men anyway, are hardwired to want to change a woman's life, you ain't gotta do shit but just look like a doll and have a vagina. But what's happening is, you could have a solid ass dude trying to fuck with you, right? But you're going fumbling because somebody or some book then told you to play hard to get, or you're a woman, you deserve the whole entire world, and men who really want you will do this and all that, right? All these things are true. Like, if you're a good woman, you deserve the world. If a man really wants you, he will move mountains, right? And I forget the other topic or the other point I was making, but it might not even matter, so I'm gonna keep going. Those things are true. A man wants to change a woman's life. A man will move mountains for a woman he really wants, right? And a woman who is good for that man deserves the world. But here's the kicker. This is what feminists and friends and society is not telling most women. You have to be somebody that you have to give back to the man. I ain't say you gotta pay half the bills. I don't know how you're gonna give back to him, but you gotta give back to him. This is what feminist movement is not telling y'all. Cause think about it. Most men are hardwired to want to change a woman's life, right? We want to come in a woman's life and at least add a lot to the woman's life, right? Now, what does it look like? Does this make sense to you if you're a woman and you're watching this video? Does it make sense to you if a man wants to come into a woman's life and change that woman's life, that this man has to beg or chase you? I'm going to chase you or beg you to change your life. Does that make sense to you? Let's hypothetically say we're talking about men who have the ability to change your life. They have a lot of things to offer. What sense does it make in your mind, if you're a woman watching, what sense does it make for a man that has the ability, the finances, all this shit to change a woman's life? I'm going to beg and chase you to do it. It don't make sense. You have to have something. You got to be doing something in return. I ain't going to say you got to have something, but you got to be something in return. You got to be the worth of a woman. So yes, men do want to change a woman's life, but that woman has to be something for that man that want to change that woman's life. You can't just sit there like a Barbie doll and I'm just a bad bitch and change my life. I ain't doing shit for y'all, blah, blah, blah. That works for a while. They get a 10-year ride, if that. The better they look, the more they closer to that 10-year ride. But after that, it's over. It's just the devil convincing these chicks that since they got most men by the palm of their hands right now, that it's going to be like that forever, and it's not going to be like that forever. You're going to be older, and then you're going to be wishing that you would have gave one of those good dudes a chance. I'm telling you, man. When I say good dudes, I ain't talking about just nice, because anybody can be nice or mean. I'm talking about a dude that's worth it, that has the ability to offer a lot of things for your life, man, and would really try to fuck with you. A lot of these dudes really want to fuck with a woman. But, well, he ain't texting me. He ain't blowing up my phone, so I ain't chasing nobody. Yeah. If a man is worth something that has a lot to offer for you in your life, you got to do something. You got to put some type of effort into it. Who is telling y'all that a man that has things to offer a woman, you ain't got to do shit? You can just sit there and he just going to give you the whole world. It don't make sense, man. And even if a man does, at some point, he's going to get tired of that. So sometimes women do convince men to do this shit for a second. But then he wakes up like, wait a minute. She does nothing at all. Nothing. Why am I doing this? All I'm saying is, I ain't saying chase her, man. But come on, man. Whoever's telling y'all that you don't have to put no effort into liking a man, they lying to y'all, man. They lying to y'all. Any man that's worth something, like he got things to offer you, you gotta put some type of effort into this. I know, he's a man, he's supposed to do all the pursuing. All the pursuing? Maybe some of the pursuing, maybe most of it, but all of it? That's a lie. Because why would he? If you're a woman watching, why would you do it? Put the shoe on your foot. Let's say you're a woman that let's just say, hypothetically say it's the opposite in this world. That the women are the providers and this and that. Let's say that you are a woman, you got a lot, because sometimes really women do have shit that they are the breadwinners or whatever. We ain't talking about just money either. So don't even get that twisted. But let's just say, hypothetically say it's vice versa. And let's just say you're a woman that has a lot of things to offer a woman, right? Now, let's just say there's men that you like, but these men are just sitting back like, nah, I ain't texting her. She got to text me first, dog. Every time. And if she don't, I ain't chasing shit and this and that. Would you do that? Would you beg to change that man's life? No, you wouldn't. So why do they expect men to do it? And I'm not talking about all of them, because some of them get it. But how are you having worth as a woman if you're not doing nothing for the man at all? Nothing. Me, give me. You're not worth nothing then. And the next woman that understands it and gets it, she's gonna take that dude. Just like it could be a dude that don't want to do nothing for the woman. And then the next guy that gets it, he could take that girl. At the end of the day, men want to change a woman's life and give the woman the world. But you gotta be somebody that's worth that. I ain't gonna say worth. I don't know the right word I'm looking for. I know this though. You can't be somebody that just says, well, give me the world and I ain't doing shit. Oh, you didn't text me, I ain't texting you. Fuck that. That's craziness. I think they typically are saying that to women who always talk about their experiences of receiving the short end of the stick. We all experience receiving the short end of the stick. But if you find somebody that you feel like they're worth the risk, you got to play that Russian roulette game. I can't say, well, I think she's worth the risk, but since the other women lied, nah, I ain't doing nothing for that girl. I ain't going to take her out or nothing. I ain't giving her no money or nothing. I can't do that. If I say that I want to try to fuck with this girl, then I have to basically jump out the window. Or don't fuck with her at all. Because she might be the one that I should be fucking with. But why would she stay for that? She's not going to. Okay, I'm the guy that got the short end of the stick, so now the next woman got to pay for something some other women did? Nah, that's not going to work. Because now them women are going to get tired, like, I ain't fuck with him. He ain't doing shit. He ain't trying to fuck with me. He probably don't even like me. You know what I mean? That happens a lot. So when I understand that they get the short end of the stick, men and women do, but I understand why women might be hesitant and this and that. But most men are going to think, well, she probably don't like me. It is what it is. See, some men actually know they work. Most men who really have something to offer a woman, they're going to be like, shit, I guess it is what it is. I guess she just doesn't want to fuck with me or something. But I get it, man. People have been burned. You do have some women who are scared and this and that, but then you got some that are literally, they think it's all about them. Just like some men think it's all about them. You do have some, but I'm sticking with the woman thing because they are the ones that say they need to be pursued and this and that. I'm just saying, you have some women out there that feel like if the man wants me, then he'll move a mountain. You know, this is what the books are telling them. Don't do shit. He'll do everything for you. Some of their dads are telling them this. If he really wants you, he'll do everything. Yeah, but if he doesn't see that you don't want him back, why the fuck is he going to do that? Why? If I don't see that you have some type of interest back, why the fuck am I trying to change your life or come into your life to try to change your life and make you happy and shit? It don't make sense. It makes zero sense, man, but this is what feminist movements is telling y'all. They're telling y'all you don't have to put any effort into a man because you're a woman. That's wrong. It's not true. Why the fuck am I going to get in a relationship with you if you don't do nothing for me? It don't make sense. You don't want to cook. You can't even cook me a sandwich or something. It just doesn't. Why would I when I can get with this girl or that girl that actually makes me feel. It's like, this is why some of these posts say men want to feel loved too, because they do. It's like, they say that we're feminine or something if we want to be loved by a woman. That makes zero sense. A woman is put here to love a man, just like a man's supposed to love a woman. So why the fuck would I not want to feel loved by a woman? They want us to just deal with any woman and just pursue any woman, and she ain't even give you a lick of her liking you. But you're supposed to keep pursuing, right? And the kicker about all this is, usually a woman does pursue and give effort to a man if you like her. So 9 times out of 10, if she's not doing it, she probably just don't like you anyway. Because 9 times out of 10, if you the guy she really like, she gonna put some type of effort into that shit. Somehow, some way, choose a signal or something. Men, you have the Stevie Harvey's talking about men being hunters by nature. Like I said earlier, men are looked at as the ones who are supposed to pursue women, right? In other words, I want to come into your life and make your life better and change your life, right? But there's a problem here. That don't mean you just sit like a pretty Barbie doll, bump on a log, and don't do shit for me at all. Why the fuck would I do that? Why would I beg or chase somebody, please let me change your life? That don't make sense. I got everything to offer. Matter of fact, I got way more to offer to you. Not saying that it's always that case, because sometimes women got more. But let's just say I do. Let's just say a man does. I got way more to offer the woman, and I'm going to beg her to please fuck with me. That don't make sense at all, man. Why? And you do have some men who are dumb enough to do this shit. And this is why a lot of men can get rejected 50,000 times in a woman's inbox and try for the 50,000 in one time. Because they think, oh, well, I'm the hunter. I'm supposed to keep trying and this and that. It's delusion, man, on a high level. It's not going to change her mind. She's not going to want to fuck with you. Even hunters know, well, I can't get that deer. That motherfucker ran off. I'll just wait for the next one. So even hunters understand this shit. I couldn't get that beef or whatever you want to call it. I couldn't get that meal. So I'm going to wait for the next meal. So even if we are hunters, like we supposed to pursue and shit, we're not going to pursue something that's impossible. You'll have women say, I'm not going to text him first because he's a man and I don't chase a man. That's ridiculous. And all it does is it lowers the value of the woman. Don't the woman want to be valuable to the man? How's a woman going to be valuable to a man if she doesn't do anything for the man? That's what I want to know. See, feminist movements is telling women you're valuable just by default because you got a pretty face and a vagina. So by default, that makes you a valuable woman. And in most cases, most men fall for that dumbass shit. Because they don't know no better. They don't know a woman's real worth and they don't know their worth. They don't know their worth. That's why they settle for less and allow somebody to demand to be treated like a wife and they don't even like you, right? And then they don't know the woman's worth because if they did, then they would know how a woman really treats you and caters to you, right? So they wouldn't settle for anything less. They wouldn't settle for a pretty face and a vagina. That's not a real woman. There's way more to a real woman than that. So yeah, they don't know their own worth and they don't know the woman's worth. That's why you see that shit going on. I never agree with the saying that a man has to like or love you more for it to work. Yeah, they say that vice versa. The men say vice versa. The woman has to like you more and all this crazy shit. In reality, it comes to a point where there has to be some level of reciprocity. I'm not sure what that word is to keep it. I guess reciprocation, if you want to say that, even though that's not what you said. To keep doing that because pouring into an empty well. I think both people have to like each other the same. I think the problem is when somebody likes one more than the other. That's a problem. But both people like each other the same. They giving the same. They not seeing nobody else. They don't want to deal with nobody else. It has to be mutual feelings. All this, I like him more, she likes me more, that ain't going to work. Because somebody, at some point, it's just not going to work, man. Both people have to really feel like I like them the best. That's the only way that shit going to work. Because it's hard to maintain attraction and still like each other, just like a car. Like, you get tired of it, you don't want to deal with it no more and all this other shit. Same thing with relationships. And if y'all both don't like each other, like on a high level, shit, good luck. All I'm saying is the woman has to be valuable to the man for the man to want to be valuable to the woman. That's all I'm saying. But feminist movement is not telling people that. It's telling people, don't do nothing for the man. Just sit back and you're valuable because you're a woman with a vagina. Do you know how much your vagina's worth? And this all this crazy ass shit, man. Problem is, your vagina might be worth some shit, but you're not the only one with a vagina. But what if you was a woman with a vagina, looks, and you know how to treat a man and make a man feel loved? Well, then that puts you on a whole nother level. But then you got people saying if you do this, you're going to get burned or played or this or that. And you might get burned or played or this or that. But only deal with somebody you feel like is worth the risk. It's that simple. We can't determine if somebody going to play us in the end or not or how it's going to turn out. But one thing we can determine, does this person got a lot going on? Is their mindset right? And this or that? If I had a kid by this dude, would I be good? Or if I get this girl pregnant, would I still be good? You know, you got to find somebody who's worth the risk. There's no way to determine. Only God pretty much knows. And even then, we have free will. At the end of the day, only deal with somebody who's worth it. But make sure when you consider who's worth it, you're being honest with yourself. Like some people will say he's worth it because he got tattoos or he's tall or something. That's stupid shit. She's worth it because her ass is big or her face is nice looking. That's not shit that you should look at. Not saying that you can't like that shit and want that shit, but that's not shit you should really look at to see if somebody's really worth the risk. It is what it is, people. All I'm saying is if you're a woman and you want to be a valuable woman, You have to be valuable to the man. He has to feel like this girl really, she hits me up out of the blue when I ain't doing shit. You know, I'm alone and shit like this. She actually shows she cares and shit like this. Not, well, she ain't gonna text me. She must be texting other guys then. And that's what it really boiled down to. When men or women see this lack of effort or space or something, first thing gonna pop in their head, well, they must got them on deck. Or they must not really like me like that. Like I said, you can fumble somebody good by doing this shit. In the beginning, I kind of understand why it's hard to break the ice. But if y'all been fucking with each other for a while, I don't get that. I don't get why. Well, I'm not gonna text them because they ain't text me first type shit. Or I ain't chasing shit. I'm the prize. Bow down to me and all that crazy ass shit, man. You know, a motherfucker will curve you, reject you, and then throw you a little crumb for you to try to come back and chase them again. Like you didn't want me. You should be trying to prove that you really want me. You want me to prove again that I want you after you already rejected me? Like motherfuckers really reject you and expect you to try to prove again that they want you. That's ridiculous. You already know that I like you. You didn't like me back. So why the fuck would it look like me proving to you again that I like you? So you can just do the same thing again. It's stupid. It's stupid, man. And all I know is if you want to, the only way a woman can really keep a man from other women is to be a valuable woman. And how can you be valuable if you're not making the man feel loved and making the man feel like you actually add to his life? You're actually a benefit to his life and not an asset. Same thing, vice versa. See, it's funny how it's not just women, but it's funny how females do get vice versa, that he has to be an asset to my life and not a liability. But when it comes to her end of pouring into the man, it don't apply. Because some book or some bad bitches in a club was in a circle talking and drunk and telling you that since you got a vagina and a face, you ain't got to put an effort into a man? Or since you got a lot of men in your inbox, you ain't got to do shit? That's crazy, man. Why the fuck would a man that's got something worth adding to your life why would he want to be in a relationship with you if you have that mentality that you don't have to do shit? You want a relationship, but you ain't gonna put into the relationship. Or like you said, pour into the well or pour into the glass or whatever. The relationship's the glass. Both people should be pouring into the motherfucker. Plain and simple, man. But here's the real kicker. I think all women get that. I think all women understand that they have to be a benefit to a man's life, just like all men understand that they have to be a benefit to a woman's life. The problem is, well, I got 10 of them on deck already, so, 10's better than one. 10, getting money from 10 men and 10 attention and 10 dicks or whatever, that's better than one, so I ain't putting in no effort. Same thing, vice versa. That's why a lot of men ain't putting in effort in women. They got them on deck. So why should I settle for one? So at the end of the day, people, men and women both understand that they have to be a benefit to a person. This video isn't to make women understand, hey, you need it. And they understand this. So do men. But the problem is either they don't like you or they got them on deck. So you're not the only one. So they feel like they ain't got to put effort into you. They feel like they're getting benefits from multiple men or women. So why put effort into you? Why settle and be for you when I can get played, like you said earlier? Why settle for one guy and get the short end of the stick, or one girl and get the short end of the stick when I can just deal with multiple? That's what's really going on out here, people. All I'm saying is I'm tired of hearing the men want to be bad bitches because they want a woman to put in effort and all this other shit. It's nothing but game, man. And it's sad. It sucks. It's sad for the real women who get it or who want to cater. Of course, they want to be catered to back and shit, but it's sad for the women who really want to put into a man and want a man to put into them, because you got a lot of other females who don't want to do that. And a lot of times those other females look good and shit, so they're going to get most of the men's attention. And then the men are going to get the short end of the stick. And then when the man gets the short end of the stick, now he wants to be the player. And voila, that's what you got going on. In a nutshell, in the dating scene, that's exactly what you got going on. Somebody got played at some point, now I want to play everybody. You know, it's a man and woman warfare. And it shouldn't be that way. Because there's good women and men out here. People just got to figure out how to get to those people. And they got to understand that they got to be a good woman and man too. See, everybody want a good woman and man, but are they willing to be one? You know, you can scream up and down, I want a good woman. Are you going to be a good man though? I want to be a good man. Are you going to be a good woman? Or you want a good man? Are you going to be a good woman? I want a good woman. Are you going to be a good man? And I'm done talking, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. You know, I'm just going to keep calling that shit out. Every time they come with that bad bitch game about these men want to be bad bitches so bad, they want to be chased so bad and all this and all that. And I forgot, this is another thing I want to say. This is how you know it's game and it's not genuine. Like if women was really, if the females, shall I say, was really feeling that way, like these men just want to be loved and they don't want to give love back and all that. If they was really feeling like that. So if they was really feeling like that, why don't they just find men that actually want to love them back instead of complaining about the ones who don't? It doesn't make sense, does it? You only have reasons to complain about men wanting to be chased and all this other shit because you obviously like men who don't want you or something. Because how can a man that like you want to be chased? How could he even give you that feeling or the impression? It's impossible because he's going to be trying to reciprocate back to you. You're not going to feel like you got to chase a man that likes you. The only ones that make you feel like you got to chase them and shit is the ones that don't like you. So yet again, they're complaining about the so-called bad guys. You know what I mean? And I could say the same thing that they say. When they say these men want to be chased, they don't want good women, blah, 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 right? I could say the same thing vice versa. Because if you really wanted a good man, you wouldn't even have this complaint. Because you wouldn't have to chase a good man. So therefore, maybe you don't want to be loved either. Maybe you overlook good men too. You wouldn't have no complaint. Notice I don't complain about women not doing this or that because I understand, okay, I'll just pick a woman that does. And I'll just leave the women alone that don't. Plain and simple. I don't give a fuck what you look like, your vagina, none of that. At the end of the day, the most important thing about a woman is the right woman for you. Or if you're a woman watching, the right man for you. All that other shit really don't matter. So therefore, of course you gotta like the person and shit like that. But the most important thing is how they feel about you and how you feel about them. And there would be nothing to complain about at all if you only deal with people who are trying to fuck with you. And if you don't see that, you just keep moving. But complaining about it, trying to change men that don't want you or don't want to be right as men, trying to change them and cry and complain about it ain't gonna do shit. And it makes people who say this look like a hypocrite. Because maybe you want to be chased. But usually they want to be chased by a guy that don't want them. Because the other guys are actually chasing them. They're just ignoring those guys. You know what I mean? And then they get on Facebook and then they complain about how men want to be bad bitches and shit. Okay, then why are you dealing with those guys? Why are you dealing with those type of men since you have a problem with them so much? And it just ruins it for other women, man. It just does, man. It makes them, they're all women look the same. I'm smart enough to understand the difference, but a lot of men aren't. They really believe in their mind and their soul that all women are the same. I understand that a woman wants to be pursued and loved and feel loved and this and that, but you gotta put some effort into it. You know, just having a vagina in your face don't give you a pass to not be a valuable person to the man. It don't make sense. Don't women want to be valuable to the man? They say they do. See, either somebody lying or they just don't get it. There's no other way around this shit. Same thing with dudes. Either somebody lying or you just don't get it. You want to be valuable to a woman, but you're choosing women who don't find you valuable. And when a woman don't find you valuable, she's not going to be valuable to you. See, if you was only to deal with women who find you valuable, there would be nothing to complain about. I just said that vice versa with the females. There would be nothing to complain about. Because that woman would be good to you and all this other shit. Just like even when showing interest, some people don't be giving a damn when they don't like you. I kind of lost on that one. Just like even when showing interest, some people don't be giving a damn, especially. Are you saying showing interest to them? I think. Not sure. All I'm saying is men and women gotta be valuable, or you don't deserve the person. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm done. If you're not gonna be, remember this: if they're not trying to be valuable to you and for you, then they don't deserve you. It don't matter why and this and that. Who cares? Point is, okay, she don't want to be valuable to me. She can't text me first, but she thinks I'm supposed to give her the world. Nah, because there's a woman out there that wants to give me the world back. You know what I mean? She understands certain shit. She understands that she has to be valuable in my life. I'm gonna fuck with one of them. And that's why I say this feminist shit is ruining or diluting the value of a woman. At least for a man. I mean, a woman can still be a strong ass, rich woman on her own and shit. Yeah. But when it comes to men, this feminist shit is diluting the value of the woman for the men. Don't be one of these women that don't get that. Don't dilute your value, you know, because you've been hurt or because other women don't get it. Don't miss out on something great one day because they don't get it. Or they're too greedy to get it. Or it's all about them and this and that. Since when does any relationship become all about you? It can't be. Why get in a relationship if it's all about you or all about the person you're trying to get in a relationship with? Why? I might as well just stay single. I'm not going to beg a woman, please let me change your life. I got so much to do, to offer love and everything. I could change your life for sure. But you don't want to fuck with me, so I'm going to beg you to do it and pursue and all this. Pursue something that's not pursuing back because I'm a man. It's foolish. Fuck that shit, man. Stop letting these people trick y'all, man. I'm saying, like, when you try to be a good woman or a man to someone, it means nothing when they don't like you. Like your efforts go in vain when it's one-sided. Yeah. It don't mean nothing. Good morning text don't mean shit. All that shit. But be careful because sometimes the ice hasn't been broken. In other words, they might like you and shit. but they don't know if you like them back, or maybe they busy and shit like that. Y'all haven't came to some type of level to where you feel like you could talk to them and they could talk to you back type shit. So it could be like, it might not be that they don't like you sometimes. Sometimes it's just they busy, or y'all just simply haven't broke the ice. But once the ice is broken and then it's happening like you're saying, where you try to be a good one and it don't mean nothing to them because they don't really like you, yeah, that's a problem. And that's what really this whole video is really about. It's really, the truth is, it's people who are not liking people. That's why they feel like, well, you gotta give me everything. Because I've never met a woman that actually likes a guy that didn't give back. It don't exist. Or a man. I don't think it exists. So all these women complaining, saying that, again, like I said, all the females that are complaining, saying these men want to be chasing bad bitches and shit, that's because those men, either they don't want a woman or they don't want you. For whatever reason. For whatever reason. Because if a man really wanted you, like they say, he'll move mountains and all this other stuff that they say, right? But my thing is, women have to understand that you have to be valuable to that man in return. You can't just sit back and say, since I'm a woman with a vagina, do everything. And sadly, a lot of the so-called bad bitches get away with this shit, you know, because of their looks and shit like that. And I'm not saying every woman who look good is a bad bitch, because some women are good women and they look good, so don't take it that way either. But for the most part, most of the so-called bad bitches use their looks to try to get men and shit like that, instead of actually using their heart, basically, and effort and energy. In most cases, they done seen your interest and like the same. No one is more busy than someone who is not interested. Damn, never heard that one. But it's true. For the most part, you might have a slight chance that somebody really that damn busy. You know what I mean? But most of the time, nah. Shit, I haven't even seen them show high interest, and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm busy, and I already know now. Now I know better, but back then I ain't know better. Now I'm like, well, shit. If they want to play that interest game or that busy game with y'all, I would just let them pursue them. Okay, you're busy, then just hit me up when you can, I guess. I would let them pursue. I don't give a damn if it is a woman. And I'm the man that's supposed to pursue. She busy and all this other shit. Well, now she got to pursue for a while until I see that she actually interested. If not, then it is what it is, I guess. You can feel in your spirit when someone isn't being genuine. These women don't want to accept that the man they are talking about just simply don't like them. And men too. And men too. They don't want to accept when somebody don't like them because it hurts their ego and it makes them feel like they're not good enough. But the reality is, you could be way better than somebody's preference. They just don't simply like you. That's just the truth. It's the truth. So yeah, that too, but my main thing was how books and shit is telling them not to pour into a man at all and just let the man pursue you because he's the man. I think that's the wrong move. And a lot of people kick against matching energy. This is why energy must be matched. That don't mean that I got a tablet. Oh, well, she only did this, so I'm only going to do that. No, it just simply means that I see that she's interested, so I'm going to be interested. That's all that means. But they telling y'all men aren't allowed to do this. Like men are stupid enough to believe this shit because they fell for the bad bitch game. If you a man, you're not supposed to match a woman's energy. Why the fuck am I not supposed to match the energy? It has nothing to do with being a leader. See, they try to twist the leader and matching the energy, and that's two different things. It's two different things. Like what I was saying earlier. Because they'll say one has to like you more than the other for it to work. I don't believe that shit. I think both people have to like each other the same for it to work. Matching energy. No way around it. You're not getting around that matching energy shit. However, that don't mean you take tabs on the matching energy. Like, well, she ain't called me for 2 days, so I ain't gonna call her for 2 days. Now that's foolishness. Matching energy should simply be, okay, she's showing interest, I'm gonna show interest. You know, you got some women, well, I ain't chasing no man. So since I didn't text you for a few days, you ain't gonna text me or something, cause I'm the man. And you feel like I should text you first every time. That's foolish, man. If a woman is truly, y'all gonna keep me up, man. Y'all killing me right now. If a woman is truly interested, she's going to show high interest. Or man, gotta keep throwing that out. We literally had to talk ourselves out of doing too much. Yeah, I believe that. I think men too. So if she isn't showing interest or effort, the man isn't the top choice. Yes, and you gotta remember this. Remember, this is another level to it. Sometimes it's not even about, with some women and men, it's not even about if they like somebody or not. They're not even looking for someone. They want people on deck. They're not looking for love. They're looking for benefits. So sometimes a woman's not showing interest or man, because they not even looking for a girlfriend or boyfriend. They just looking for benefits. You cannot forget that part of the game. I think a lot of people forget that because they're looking for a woman or man, so they forget that some people out here ain't even looking for a woman or man at all. Literally, they're not even looking for it. They're just looking for benefits. And that's why I feel like that these men want to be chased, and that's a bad bitch game. That's some bad bitch shit that they've made up. And sadly, a lot of women are biting onto it too. Like, oh yeah, I am the woman, and I got the vagina in the face. Yeah, I ain't supposed to do nothing. A man's supposed to do everything. And that's my whole point of the video. Like, you got certain females or feminist movements diluting the woman's worth and confusing women. And men too, vice versa. Men listening to men. Oh, don't text her at all and this or that. How's the woman even gonna feel like you like her and shit? It don't make no sense, man. It just simply don't. But yeah, you gotta remember, man, a lot, I'm gonna say most women and men, they just wanna be like, they wanna deal with multiple people. They feel it's more beneficial, or they've been burned and they don't wanna be burned again, so they don't feel it's worth the risk. Why deal with one when I could deal with multiple? It is what it is, man. But when somebody really like you, you're gonna know. Especially after the ice is broken. Because they can like you a lot, but the ice hasn't been broken. What do I mean again? Like, a woman could really like me, but she hasn't filled me out enough because we ain't talked enough, or we ain't been out or some shit like that. And it could work vice versa. So we could both think we don't even like each other, but really do like each other. The ice was never broken. But if you know the ice been broken in some type of way, and you still don't see it, I don't know what to tell you, man. It is what it is. All I'm saying is, I'm not going to beg a woman to change her life. It don't make no fucking sense. Of course, as a man, it's hardwired for us to want to change a woman's life. But I'm not going to beg a woman to do it. It just doesn't make sense to me. That'd be like me expecting a woman to beg me to be in her life, or for her to be in my life. Why? When she could just find a man that wants to, vice versa, do it the same way she wants to do it. But as men, we are the hunters, and we're usually the providers and shit like this. And the feminist movement is telling women, since that is the case, and since you do have a pretty face and a vagina, then a man is supposed to literally come to you with all this shit to offer and beg you to be in your life and change your life. That's crazy. And the reason why they believe that big ass delusion for the most part is because a lot of men will do it. A lot of men will do it. Have a lot to offer a woman and beg the woman to change her life and shit because she look good and she has a vagina and all this shit. And that woman don't do nothing for that guy at all. You know what I mean? At all. And then when he get burned, you know, the good guy that actually wanted to pour into a woman, then when the good guys get burned, now they want to be players too. Now it seems like nobody's a good guy anymore. Or vice versa. No woman's a good woman anymore because the good women have turned bad when it comes to men. They've been burned. Bottom line, people, if you want a relationship, you got to put effort into it. I don't care who's telling y'all differently. Like, for the most part, that's why I stay single for a while once I break up, because I already know deep down inside that I really don't feel like giving that energy like that right now. You know what I mean? So therefore, I'm going to stay single, right? Because I understand that if I get in a relationship with a woman, I have to be a benefit to that woman. Can't just make it all about me. So until I feel like I'm ready to give and go all in with the woman and give her the energy she deserves, then I just stay single. It has nothing to do with sleeping around, none of that shit. For me, anyway. After a relationship, I need a detox. Because to me, relationships, I want to be a benefit to the person. I don't look at relationships as a benefit for me. Even though it is a benefit for me, I don't look at it that way. A lot of people look at relationships as a benefit for me. What do I get out of it? They don't look at it as, I want to change a person's life. I want to be a part of a person's life. That's how I look at it. Like, I want to come into a woman's life, change her life and all that, but it's got to be the right woman, and she's got to feel the same way, vice versa. Can't be no fucking blow-up Barbie doll who thinks she's a bad bitch, and I'm supposed to beg her for that. I'm supposed to beg you to come into your life and change your life. That's foolish. I'm out of here, y'all. I got to go to bed, y'all. I'm out.